Took my family away from my Carolina home.
Oh, Redneck
Dreams
Stacker
about
is
the
here.
West End started to roam.
Redneck
6
Stacker.
long months on a dust-covered trail. They say heaven's at the end, but so far it's been hell. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. We were digging and shifting 5 to 5, selling everything we found just to stay alive. Gold flowed free like the whiskey in the bars. Sin was the big thing, Lord, and Satan was a star. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting some horrors on too. I wouldn't mind getting Sylvia on too, but I don't think she's been online much. Yeah.
Dance hall girls were
Hyenas.
the evening treat. Empty cartridges and blood lined the streets. Men were shot down for the
sometimes
sake
people
of
do
having
that.
fun, or just to hear the noise of their 44 guns. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there.
Definitely. I wish Mantic
Now
Points
my
would come
widow,
back
she
on.
weeps by my grave.
I miss
Tears flow free for her man she couldn't save. Shot down in cold blood by a gun that carried fame.
yeah.
All for the
Both.
useless and no good, worthless claim. And
Both
there's
couples.
fire on the mountain, lightning
I
in
know
the
they moved and
air,
stuff just like
gold in them
Sylvia
hills,
did
and it's waiting for
not
me
too long
there.
ago.
And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. Waiting for me there.
I'm originally from Anaheim, and now I'm in Ohio.
Waiting for me there.
Yeah. My keyframe is slower than 4 seconds. YouTubers and friends, thanks for joining us for another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live with Toledo Jess, Gano, the Treasure Vixens, and I. Hey, YouTubers and friends, how you doing? Sorry about the hot mic, but, you know, I'm partially blonde. And we're having a Jersey History Hunter raid. Thank you, Outdoorsy Gallo. Well, my controls and OBS settings are how they always are for the most part. This must be on YouTube's end. Our time slot, prime time, you know. So please bear with it. We have RavenHawk Coins with us tonight. Among coin roll hunting, I understand he does a lot more. I'm going to have to watch his channel a lot more than I do after all. So we're going to head on over to the other set and hook up with my partners in crime and Raven from RavenHawk Coins.
We're there yet?
Yeah, you're there. You're there. You're there.
We there yet?
Don't make me get.
Make me pull this car over.
Yeah. Do not make me pull over, kids.
Or the other famous, you want a reason to cry?
You're a reason to cry.
I'll give you
That's
5
funny.
reasons to cry. How's your week going so far, Jesse, Dano, and Rose?
I'm beat, guys. I'm whooped.
It's Tuesday.
Life.
It's Tuesday, right? Or is it the weekend?
Jesse, you're retired. You don't know what day it is. Be quiet.
With you, it all bleeds
But it's not
into each
everybody's
other.
weekend at this point.
Yeah, right. I wish it
A
was.
permanent weekend.
Sorry. I worked all my life. What can I say?
I have been too.
Most people do, well, a lot. But
Well, I was, I got lucky. I had the ability to retire with full benefits and everything. So hey, work kill you if you work too long. So I took it.
It's killing me.
I like
It's
what
killing my
Jesse says. TGIT. Thank God it's Tuesday. Woo!
Nice. Is that what I say? I don't remember saying that.
No, that's what Jason said.
Yeah.
Not Jesse, Jason.
Oh, Jason.
I think
Hi,
he said
Melanie.
Jess. I think he said Jess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Richard
Okay, that's
Davis
a
and
good
Melanie
idea.
Lee are watching us on their big screen TV.
Ooh.
Let's say hi to our friends in the chat room.
Why, certainly. Have at
Oh.
it, Jesse.
Okay, first and foremost, Mr. Lodak, the world's greatest moderator. What's up, buddy? Then there's Dano and Laura Williams and Dennis Hendrick. Mrs. Briggs, how are you tonight?
Oh, hello. Hi.
Oh, look, there's John Wolf.
Oh, look, wait, first, my favorite outdoorsy gal. Oh, what's up?
Say hi to Johnny, Outdoorsy Gallo. Eh?
Digging with Deej is in here.
Yep. I just saw her come in.
Yeah, we're gonna
Even
get
if
her in the
nice.
water and get her wet and dirty.
She's
You
gonna learn how
find
to
some gold.
She'll learn how to prospect.
We're gonna get her wet and dirty, wet and dirty,
And dirty and wet.
dirty and
Seriously?
wet.
Well, I've got my friend Chris Davis here tonight.
They said that to you, though? I'm sorry.
I'm in land prospecting. What's up? David Villa.
Yeah, didn't we say that to you guys? We're gonna get you wet and dirty.
Redneck Stacker. How you tonight?
It's good seeing you, Redneck Stacker. I know there's a couple other stackers in here too.
Hi, Hitman. How are you tonight? Those are new names for me.
Well, me-
Hi, Hitman.
Flower Gold Wizard, what's up?
What up, Willie? Hey, Luke Duke.
Flower Gold Wizard. Oh,
Tin Cup, Tin, what's up?
wish YouTube would behave. I have a quick question for our guests. What encoder do you use for your streaming?
I use a combination of OBS and StreamYards, just depending on what I'm doing. I find that StreamYard's actually really good for what this kind of format that you're doing right here, and you can incorporate your layout as well, and it allows you up to 10 guests. I pay a little bit of a premium. It's like $25 a month, but you get a couple extra bells and whistles, and you don't have to have their little logo on your screen when you're doing your show. But it's one of those things that if you want help with it, I can show you how to use it. It's pretty user friendly.
I have StreamYards. I've used it. I haven't paid for it yet, so I can't use my overlays and lower thirds and stuff like that. But I was gonna try and incorporate it with my Zoom and my OBS, and I get a weird feedback with my voice meter banana. It's like a digital mixing board.
Sounds a little funny. Rose is smirking.
I should have known Dano would go there.
Rose was smirking.
Yeah, we were all thinking.
Well, we know where Rose's mind's at.
Nuh-uh.
It's in the clouds. It's in the clouds, guys.
That's right. Happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts.
That's funny.
Our audience, Raven, they really like treasure porn. They really like gold porn. We're not just a prospecting channel. We might have started that way, but now we kind of encompass all the appendages of treasure hunting. And I look at coin roll hunting as treasure hunting.
Heck yeah.
Actually, I have a pan full of, oh, you can't see my green pan with my green screen, but there's $100 worth of $50 I got from a very small town bank, and they were all customer rolls and not one stinking silver.
Well, you know, it's just like how you guys are out finding treasure and panning and swinging metal detectors and whatnot. It's a hit and miss thing. I mean, we've had live shows where I found, 70 plus silver in a couple boxes.
Yeah.
And, and if you don't think that that's treasure hunting, man, I call that face value hunting all day long. And you get that same rush. The same thing is if you're panning in and you find a little piece of gold in your pan, when you're looking at a roll of silver and you see 5 or 6 Benjis or, Kennedys staring at you. Right now, 90% silver is like 30 times face value at some sites. So you're talking $15 for a 90% Kennedy half that I just paid 50 cents for. That's a no-brainer. Then you have the pennies, the nickels, and pennies. I still find Indian heads from time to time. Nickels, you find war nickels, which are from 1942 to 1945. They're 35% silver. You find buffaloes. I found a couple of V nickels, aka Liberty Head nickels. Dimes and quarters are a little bit more picked through, but you still can find awesome stuff at face value. And believe it or not, even the same thing, taking straps of bills and searching the bills for fancy serial numbers, you'd be amazed at what a binary box, not box, I saw box because I saw what Red said, a binary bill with just 2 digits in decent condition, you're looking at, easily $150 for condition on a $1 bill that's 01 across it. But if it's in perfect condition, you're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe even 1,000 or so. Just depends on what it grades. So I, like you, think that we all touch the same things. anybody that does metal detecting comes across coins, you know, and even when you're out probably panning and whatnot, once in a while you find some coins in the river, and I've always been drawn to it, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask this question right off the bat because it's a fantastic question for myself. Jeff Otworth asks, what's the best way to acquire rolls of coins?
Okay, well, the way that I do things is I'm always honest about what I do, you know. If I go to a new bank and I want to get coins, I go up to the teller, or I might even ask for the bank manager if I'm going to
Hi,
open an
don't you
account
look
there.
beautiful tonight or today?
Yeah, you know, you do it. There is a gift of gab involved with it in some ways. You know, if you're already a member at your bank and you have a decent relationship, it's pretty easy to walk up and say, "Hey, can I get a box of pennies?" You know, and sometimes they'll say, "Well, do you have a business account?" And if they say that, then you know you got kind of a block there, because what people don't realize is each box of coins that comes in, the bank pays the Brinks and Loomis, you know, the people that roll all the coins and stuff for them. Armored Car Services. I don't know why I'm stumbling on my words.
For money.
Yes. They pay money for it, you know. So the things that I do is I tell them straight up, hey, you know, I'm a coin roll hunter, and I have a YouTube channel, and this is what I do. And I develop a relationship with them that way. If you're just a regular, you know, and Red's got a good idea, you know, bribe them with some cookies. But honestly, most of the time, if you come in there prepared with your cash in hand and you know exactly what you want, you know, you say, hey, I got $100. I want a box of nickels, please. Most of the time, they don't care. You know, if they give you any slack, then go to the next bank. And eventually, you know, most banks will work with you. And a little trick is Citibank of all banks. If you're a non-member, they will allow you to buy $100 in coin without being a member of their bank. So that's a little trick I learned quite a bit, you know, a while back when I wanted to try different spots, but didn't want to have to open a new account, you know.
I was pretty much honest with them. I went to one bank at lunch in a smaller town, and they're like, we have no $50 rolls at all. And I'm like, thank you very much. They didn't even ask me, are you a customer? The bank I went to afterwards in the town I'm working, doing an add-on to a convalescent home. I go in there, they go, are you a customer here? Do you have an account? I go, no, ma'am. And I'm interested in doing some coin roll hunt. And maybe do it on my YouTube channel. Oh, you have YouTube? Oh, you do YouTube? And then I got into, yeah, here's my card, flashing your pin, blah, blah, blah. That ain't gold panning. And I go, well, it's treasure. And we kind of branched out into all things treasure. And I, little small talk here and there. And she asked, like, the branch manager, is it okay if we do it? And she's like, oh, yeah. So I don't think it's like, don't make a habit of it. They didn't say that, but it's not like I go in there every week. Hey, do you have?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a $500 box of halves. It was 10 rolls.
Is it taboo to ask these guys? Like, why would they say no?
Well, in certain banks, if you're not a member, they won't deal with you until you have an account. I've dealt with that plenty of times. You know, you walk in and they almost treat you like second-class citizen, and I don't really understand what that's about. But I've seen that kind of attitude before. The reason that they wouldn't give you coin is because coins that they keep in large quantities are for commerce, you know, for their businesses and their business accounts. So normally at a bank, if I don't want to deal with much, I will set up a business account ahead of time. And I don't tell them what I do. You know, I still am nice about everything, and I give them, you know, some cookies or some donuts once in a while and stuff because they help me and they get these heavy boxes of coins. But if they don't ask me what they're for, I just kind of, you know, here's my money, have a great day, you know,
So
that kind of thing.
it's probably best to not. Like if I went to my bank, I have a business account and a personal account.
Hmm.
So
Well, as a business owner, you should be allowed to order whatever coin you want because you're paying that extra money for the account itself. You know, that's one of the benefits of having a business account with a bank. You also get the merchant line, you know, versus standing in the regular line.
Hmm.
But I would say it's really best to just be honest. And the times that I'm not really saying anything, it's just because, you know, I don't really brag too much, so to speak. So, you know, if they ask me, yeah, I'll say, hey, this is what I do. But if you're wanting to get into do half dollars, that's something that you want to talk to like a branch manager or the head teller that's usually in charge of ordering for the vault, because you know, half dollars aren't always used in all businesses. You know, they
right.
will take them because it's still a valid currency. It's just not very common.
So you're more likely to find better coins in half-dollar rolls than the other coins.
I think. Well, here's the
Because
thing:
they're
if
not
you
because they're not in circulation as much as my pick.
well, with half dollars, we notice there's a cycle to it, to be honest. You know, a lot of times around the holidays and stuff and whatnot, people get desperate to buy presents, and sometimes they don't have time to run down and, you know, get the extra money for the silver, or they don't even realize they have silver halves and they turn in all their half dollars and their coins and everything. And that's how it really gets back into circulation. And so, you know, I'll order boxes from my bank, and there'll be times where I'll have 6 or 7 streams, and I do 2 boxes of halves a stream. You know, so that's $1,000 in halves each stream. And I've had where I went 6 straight streams where I found silver in each box, and then I'll go 2, 3 months without finding a thing other than what they call NIFCs, which is not intended for circulation. It's not a silver coin, but it's more of what was intended to be a collector coin. But what people do is they'll buy them by the roll, and they'll pick out the nicest ones, and they'll toss the other ones in circulation, kind of like a, you know, here, have this coin that I don't really care about that much, kind of thing, you know, because they're cherry picking for the best one.
It's kind of like a collecting Hot Wheels.
Yep.
You go in and buy a whole box for 1 or 2 Hot Wheels, and then just sell the other ones right off.
Yeah, and
there
they're
1 or 2 of the Hot Wheels that are rare.
yes, and you'll be amazed at the things you find. I mean, I find foreign stuff all the time in boxes, but the amount of silver that still shows up. I've found barber halves. I found a lot of walkers, a lot of Benjis, a lot of Kennedys. The barbers have shocked me. I've found a number of what they call magic coins and also opium coins, which are, you know, they're trick coins. Um, you know, so it's pretty interesting the things you find. And I honestly, the best return for your buck is nickels by far, because buffaloes seem to be in circulation pretty well, you know, which is surprising. And then the war nickels, a lot of people don't know that if you find a nickel and you turn it, you know, to the reverse, and just above the Monticello, if there's a P, a D, or an S, that is a war nickel. That's a 35% silver nickel. And right now with silver prices, they're probably worth about $1.80 or something like that for 5 cents. You know, so you can't go wrong. Find me a stock that gives you that kind of instant return. I'll buy it all day long. You know?
Yeah, so you can still right now, if you were to find a roll of those nickels, you could get a very good return on that roll if you paid the price of nickels.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Which, what, $2
Yep.
a roll?
How much? I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
what's
$2 is a roll of nickels, $2.
right, $2 a roll of nickels.
Wow.
Mhm.
So your $2 investment, you just made a lot of money.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Same thing with Mr. Lodek says, I'll show you some stocks. Same thing with the halves. If you hit a good run of halves, you're talking a 40%er's worth $5-6 or so now. When those used to only be worth $1.50, but the 90%ers are worth 15, you know, roughly. Randy Lewis says, where do you sell them? Well, I do a lot of giveaways and coin roll hunting and stuff, and so a lot of my silver goes back into, you know, the people. I also, when people come on the show, I sell tiers, and so a lot of stuff I find goes to the people that are watching the show. But I do extra boxes and I do videos on those as well, and talk about, you know, little tricks and what to do as far as what you're looking for, you know, key dates and things like that. Excuse me real quick.
Good thing.
Started having a choke on myself there.
That's okay. We would have just laughed at you while you did it. While we're trying to say, "Are you okay, Raven?"
Yeah.
So do you sell the 90% of the coins that you buy from the bank? Do you sell them back to the bank at face value or what?
No, the 90%ers I keep, and I'll either trade or sell back to a coin
I
shop.
think he meant like the
No,
clad.
90% of the coins.
Oh yeah, the clad goes back. Yes.
Yeah, I take it back, no problem.
Well, this is the thing. There's tricks to this. I don't, you know that old saying, you don't poo where you eat, right?
Right.
Well, I don't ever drop my coins off where I pick them up. That's considered, that's one thing that'll get a bank to stop giving you coins really fast, because now all of a sudden you're dumping all the, you know, stuff that they really don't want, and they're doing you a favor by ordering you $50, nickels,
Right.
dimes, pennies, stuff like that. You know, if they give you flack on nickels and dimes and stuff, that's really kind of dumb. But $50, you kind of gotta, you know, work the system and go, okay, I will take this to a different bank and not drop this on you guys, you know.
So do you ever just spend it?
Yeah, there's plenty of the places around here, a lot of the local shops, a pizza store and a bakery and a couple other places love the $50. So yeah, I spend them all the time.
Number two.
Little did they know, I'm like, I should
right.
write silver on the outside to be mean. No.
Take one of your 43 nickels and stick it on the edge, you know.
Yeah, there you go. But you know, I've done things. Well, the funny thing is, though, is once you educate some of the tellers, then that's the place where all of a sudden you start noticing you don't see the silver and you don't see the things, because they, you know, they started looking for themselves.
I was going to ask you about that. So obviously, like these Coinstar machines and places like this, they just take this bulk money and they ship it off to be counted and wrapped and then sold back to banks or back to the mint, or what happens? How does that go back to the banks?
Well, check this out. Now, depending on the Coinstar, it's either owned by the store itself or it's owned by a private individual. If it's owned by a private individual, 9 times out of 10, they search the coins themselves. But Coinstars reject silver coins. I mean, I've found quite a few silver coins, you know, walking by a Coinstar and go, huh, hey, there's a nick, you know,
I haven't been so lucky yet.
Wow.
Yeah, I have too. I found a silver dime, Buffalo. I think it was like 91 cents, you know, total, you know, with just mixed change. And there was a silver in there. So, hey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But those
my wife says that at Walmart they don't. That's their money. They don't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. In some places, you know, it is like you said, it's their money and they do what they do. But you know, like I said,
nobody paying attention to you.
You know, it's just in the way that you talk to the place. You know,
Right.
even the ones that keep it like for the store itself. If you ask them, hey, I'll buy a bag of coins from you, sometimes they'll say, okay, fine, and they'll let you have it. But a lot of them have contracts already where, you know, an armored truck comes and picks them up and it goes into the big hopper and, you know, it goes out into
Right.
circulation. You know, you'd be amazed at how many people that work in the banking and in industry and stuff, and they know about the silver and they don't care. It's kind of like, huh? It's free money, man.
But well, my wife used to be a teller, and what she says is when you work with it like that, it's not even money. It's
Mhm.
just something you got to count.
Yeah,
Just
you get
something you got
numb.
to count. You got to count it out, all day long. So it's not
Yeah.
money to them, So I guess that's how it works. I don't know.
Mhm. Mr. Lodek says, have I ever hit up arcades? I've hit up arcades, casinos, car washes, laundry mats, anything that has a coin machine, vending machines, even. You know, I've gone to one time where I was getting sodas from a place that I used to work, and all of a sudden silver quarters started dropping. I was like, no way. I put another dollar in, changed silver quarter. Okay, run over. You know, I end up getting like $2 in silver quarters out of that, So
Wow,
you just got to really keep your eyes open from time to time and
that's
be,
crazy.
be creative. Anywhere you see a coin machine, you never know what they've dumped in there, because a lot of the people that own those, vending routes and stuff, and they've got the quarters, it's like you said, they're just numb to it. They're breaking rolls and not even caring what's in there so they can fill it
They've
up and go
yeah,
home.
right. They've got 20 other machines they got to take care of that day, or 10 or whatever. Their route they got to take care of. Yeah, so the coins to them are just coins.
Yes, sir.
It's not until probably the end of the day at night, while they're sitting there with their bags of coins, that they actually start maybe stop and take a look a little bit, look pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
You would
Yep.
think. I know I would. I may not be. It's like us when we're out prospecting and actually working and digging.
Uh-huh.
We don't stop to look at the gold that we're we're just working. We're just
Yeah.
working. We'll look at the end of the day. We know we got some. We'll look at the end of the day. And that's probably the same way they operate. The only day they probably sitting around looking at their big table piled up with all these quarters and dollar bills and whatever, and they're looking at it, rolling up. Probably not even that close. Like I said, probably just looking for the obvious, those coins that stick out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking
I
of
would
the
assume.
obvious, do you guys know quarters are silver because of the year they were produced?
Yes. Well, not only that, you have the year, but silver in between clad sticks out. So let me show you. I'll give you an example. Let me grab a couple of $half here, and I'll show you what I mean.
The way they sound, the way they look.
The edges.
Yeah.
So if you look at that.
Oh, bam, bam, bam. 3 silvers right there.
Yeah, you see how bright white that is? That's one of the main things that you're looking for on any coin for silver. Then the sound alone is hold on, I gotta get of course I try to do the trick and doesn't want to do it. Oh, that's funny. But listen, it's got that this sound versus this is regular clad, and this is silver.
Yes.
Silver has that jewelry ring like a bell, but yes, by year is definitely another way to look at it. 1964 and older in quarters, but there is a 1976 40% bicentennial quarter that was made, or not 40, no, not. I think it's 90%, but still there's a silver quarter in 76 that you might see in circulation from time to time. For $half, 40% silver runs from 1965 to 1970, and then everything from 1964 and older is 90% silver. Same thing for dimes and quarters, 1964 and older. But there's a couple of those little rarities in there that from time to time I mess up, some stuff I should know, even though I've been doing coins for a long time. But, you kind of learn more than you forget sometimes.
There's so much. There's so much to
Right,
process.
there's a lot. Willie's got a question here.
Who does?
Willie boy says, is there more cash value in the silver of a $1 coin as opposed to a $half?
Yeah, there's more silver in a dollar than there's a $half. In a dollar coin, there's 0.72 or 0.77. It's like almost 3/4 of an ounce kind of thing. And then if for an ounce of silver with $half, it would take 3. So it's $1.50 if you wanted to get an ounce of silver weight in constitutional junk silver. So, 15 dimes, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, there's more silver in the dollar than there is the half.
Oh, interesting.
It's a much bigger coin, but
they're also asking about the opium or the trick coin.
Mm-hmm.
Are those like those container coins?
Yeah.
Do you have any that we can
okay.
see?
Actually, I don't have any of the opium or magic coins because those have been given to the people when I found them in the rolls, unfortunately, but I have a video on it.
I have a double-headed nickel and a dime with a mercury on one side and a wheat penny on the other. So
Wait, say that again? A dime on one side?
I have a magic coin that's a mercury dime on one side and a wheat penny on the other side. The reverse is a wheat cent and the obverse is a mercury dime.
Is it
I think it's a mercury. Might be. I believe it's a mercury. I'll have to look for it.
like
Huh?
is it,
Does it open?
No, but I do have a dime you can slip over a penny. Yeah, but I don't like doing that because you almost have to bend it to get it out. I've done it before, so it sucks.
Those magic coins, did spies used to use those too during World War II and World War I?
Well, here's the thing. If it's a real coin, if you truly have a real merc with a penny reverse, that would be called a mule. And like Redneck Stacker said, that'd be worth a lot of money if it was to be found real or authentic.
Wow, that'd be a nice find. I think it's a magic coin, but if it's a mule like Redneck says, that'd be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about my double-headed buffalo?
That's more than likely somebody bought that at a magic shop or something like that.
That's what I think. Hey, want to flip a coin? I bet ya.
I'm gonna get heads. How about you?
Right, sucker.
Yes, sir.
Like $50,000. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy Toledo, Jeff.
The money on mule coins can be ridiculous. Same thing with dollar bills. If you ever find a dollar bill that has a reverse that's different than what the obverse should be, a $10 bill with a $20 reverse or whatnot, lots of money.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, would there be a sheet of those?
Excuse me?
Or at least that many bills as a sheet?
Technically, the way that they're made, but for that to happen, the chances are like super insanely rare for that mistake. It's almost has to be done on purpose, but they do exist.
I would assume it would be done on purpose. Somebody.
I'm sure someone who works there might go, oops. But
because when they print money in sheets of what? I don't even know how big they are.
Well,
I know they're printed in sheets.
They're huge.
They don't let that stuff out, man. They're hard on that when they inspect the money.
But have you ever been to
how does that happen? How does that get out? And how can there wouldn't be one, it'd be at least a whole sheet of them.
It's the same way that all errors and stuff get out. Either they honestly didn't catch it or they did it on purpose and they got it out there. They snuck it out. I mean, there's interesting things that happen at the mints and the places that print money.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Being my work life, I was an inspector. So yes, I see how things could get out like that. I see how a big mistake like that can possibly get out, not necessarily on purpose, but maybe out of incompetence or not incompetence, but just
you're talking sheer volume is mostly
right,
the issue.
I mean, you're talking about bundles, thousands and thousands of sheets, an hour probably.
Yeah,
you're not going to be able to see every one.
Millions of dollars printed per hour, millions upon millions. So yeah, so they do catch a lot of them though. So if you ever go to the store, and you're looking at your dollars, and I'm pretty sure I have a couple in here. Let me grab them and I'll show you what I'm talking about. When you see a $1 bill, $5 bill, any dollar bill that you find, and you see this little star right here.
Oh, I have a few of those. Yeah.
The star note.
Yeah.
I got some.
So the star note is when they were actually doing their job and they found the problem. They found the error. So when they find the error, they have to destroy the original and replace it with the same serial number. And in doing so, they have to put the star to say, we destroyed the original money. Here's the replacement. Now, the crazy thing is there's certain years of star notes now. I think it's 2013 where they really messed up and they put out 2 runs of star notes. So you can have duplicates that should never exist like that. So there's a lot of crazy things that you can find with currency.
Look at numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. The
2 bills out there with the same number.
Yeah, 2 bills that have the same number that shouldn't have the same number.
And they're both star notes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now there's an error.
Error.
So there's all sorts of things to search for, guys. It's amazing. I've constantly talked about how we all touch the same things, and I love to metal detect when I get a chance, or I heard out here in Oklahoma that there's some gold panning, but I don't know where. I'd like to find out because I think what you guys do is a lot of fun. It looks really relaxing.
Oh, it is. It's definitely a lot of fun.
Creek therapy.
Who's in that chat room? Who's in that chat room from there? Anybody?
Who's from Oklahoma in there?
Hey, what's up, Clash?
Hey, Shane Clash, how you doing? And of course, someone say gold panning. Good old river therapy.
The easiest way to find out, you get on Google and just type in gold in your state.
Yeah.
And you'll get clubs or things like that.
There is the Oklahoma chapter of the GPAA.
Yep, there is.
Mike Gunn's from Oklahoma, the inventor of the gold cube.
Nice.
There's a few Okie prospectors out there.
Yep. Actually, that's true. So really just Google gold in your state and it'll point you to different clubs, and like Ed said, there's a GPA. Is that the only one I think they have there? I don't know.
I'm sure there might be some other small clubs.
Yeah, it could be some local clubs too.
But a club is a good place to go, Raven, if you have interest, because they'll be more than happy to tell you all about it. And if you go to one of their open outings or something, a lot of people would be more than happy to let you run their sleuth, river sleuth, or high banker, even get behind the nozzle of a gold dredge.
Oh, heck yeah, they're willing to sucker you into this lifestyle.
Oh yeah, we do it all the time.
Yeah, that goal.
They're like the first nugget's free. Now the rest you work for.
The rest are gonna cost you.
The rest is 20%.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? The other end. Yeah, got some more case digging it. You see any of your friends in here?
Yeah, I've seen a couple people actually. Redneck Stacker and John Wolf. Recognize a couple that I haven't seen in a long time.
John Wolf's a good friend of ours here at Flash in the Pan.
Yes, he is.
Nice. I saw Bill Gibson, I thought, here a little while ago. I've been more focused just talking to you guys and whatever questions come up.
Yeah, I have decent days where I'm able to keep up with the chat, and then days where I'm just like so focused on what's being said that I don't even realize there's a chat right there. So
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Outdoorsy Gallo was wondering, do you have a trick coin that you could show?
I don't right now, actually. I wish I did.
I do, Chrissy, but it's would have had to find it like 2 hours before the show.
It's an editing.
It's an editing, yeah. Now
be in
you
the
know
post
why I
show.
love live streaming.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be in the post show sometime.
Yeah, right.
You know, actually, there's a couple really cool items I'll share with you guys that Redneck Stacker made. Check this out. This thing is one of the most impressive items that I've gotten from him.
If it's what you showed us earlier, they'll love it. I'm gonna pin you for that.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll show you that too. I have two different things I'll share with you. The first one is this custom bar that he and I designed, but he did all the work on because he's the artist.
Up a little higher. Yeah, right
Oh,
there. There you
yeah.
go.
Oh,
And that is
Nice.
that
nice.
is the Raven arrowhead. That thing weighs about 2.3 ounces of silver hand poured. Very, very cool. But
That's nice, Redneck.
one of the most awesome things that I've seen him make, and one of the things that's really hard to do is things that are thin when you're pouring silver. And I'm a potato chip and chip fanatic. He made silver Doritos.
Doritos. That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
And-
hey, you need to get him out here so he can talk to us about the process and stuff. That looks like
Definitely.
fun.
Hey, Redneck.
Yeah.
Redneck Stacker, would you be interested in being a guest in a couple of months? I am booked until June. So
But yeah, definitely Red would be in.
He says that was difficult. I bet that was.
Yeah.
And then David Villa said, don't eat it.
Yeah. No, that would definitely give you a chipped tooth or a broken tooth. But Red
Well,
does
see,
awesome work.
Yeah,
And then-
that looks awesome. Let me say
Then
hi
I
to a
got-
few people just come in. Secret Creek Prospecting, Shaw's Prospecting, Spike Gold Prospecting. How you guys doing tonight? All right.
Nice.
We like to say hi to our chat room because they're why we're here, you know. They're
Of course.
the reason. I mean, because we could sit on Zoom without them, you know, right? But
True.
they're here to learn, and we're here to say hi and just have a good time.
that's right. Just a
So
bunch
tell
of
us about
friends
your
around.
channel. Tell us about your channel. What is your channel about? And you say you have more than one, right?
No, I have just one channel. I just do a lot of things on my channel.
okay.
And
Okay.
I'm a coin collector, silver stacker, and I do live streams for coin roll hunting, and I do some sing-along live streams as well. But I do videos, on searches, different stuff that's coming out, new silver and whatnot. It just kind of depends. You know how like regular YouTube channels are. You just kind of figure out, okay, I'm going to highlight this coin this week, or I'm going to have a series for a while on this topic to deal with, you know, how to become a coin collector or how to deal with banks and things like that. You know, I do a lot of different stuff. And then I have a show that I do with my friend Rob Finds Treasure and Silver Seeker on every other Monday night. We rotate our channels and we have a special guest that we do a Q&A for about an hour. Our last guest was Sal from Salivate Metals. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but you know,
The channel
so
rings a bell, but I do know Rob Finds Treasure and I do know Silver Seeker. I used to be a member of Silver Seeker's channel. Surprised he
nice.
stopped wearing his beanie, but I noticed he did that a few months ago.
Yeah, he got caught up in a moment where somebody shared a story and he took his beanie off, and then he kind of finally said, "Well, now that I've done it, I might as well just always do it." And that's kind of the reason why I actually came on camera too, because we had like a joke about if he ever took the beanie off, I would show part of my face at least. You know, but I, you know, do a lot of different stuff. I try to do, you know, once in a while do community fundraising for people that are having problems or whatnot. You know, we've done some auctions to help people that have had, you know, a hard time. But I try to focus on, you know, trying to have new content on different coins and different things to look out for as far as, you know, being a coin roll hunter and coin collector and stacker. And then I do my random, what I call sing-alongs. You know, I'll go on and make a fool of myself for a couple hours singing all sorts of different stuff, and we have a lot of fun with that. And then I have my live streams for the $50 searches. Those are on Thursdays and Sunday nights, and those run for a couple hours. And then I also do one auction a month, sometimes two auctions. It just depends on what's going on, because sometimes my boxes get held up, you know, so you got to have something to fill the void. And I'm trying to go off just the top of my head of everything, but yeah, I've done a lot of different stuff, and we got a lot of cool stuff coming up in the future. We plan, myself, Redneck Metals, and some other people. We're going to be doing a really cool fundraiser here next year. You know, so a lot of things in the work, and also a big project with Rob Finds Treasure and Silver Seeker, but that's still kind of a surprise. But it's going to be fun, you know, just to always open to new things as well. You know, I love doing things like this where we get a cross promotion of these communities, because honestly, we all do look at a lot of the same things. And even if you're not really that into coin collecting or coins, man, if you can find silver, you know,
Who don't
a
like
dime.
silver?
Yeah, who don't like silver?
Yeah, and here's the thing: 10 cents is now worth $3 with current silver prices.
Right.
Oh wow, that's right.
Yeah, yeah,
The silver dime is worth $3.
So
yes, sir.
when you do your sing-alongs, you have a relatively large channel. You're getting closer to the 6,000 mark.
Mhm.
How do you handle YouTube when you're singing songs? Because apparently YouTube's so uptight about music.
One, I don't monetize the stream. When I turn it on, I make sure right off the bat that there's no monetization, so there's no issues of anybody saying, "Hey, you're making money off of my music."
Gotcha.
I also stick to a lot of the same songs that I've done before in videos that I've released. I used to do like a couple songs every like month, you know, where I do a video of, let's say, Phil Collins one time, and then Bob Marley the next, and then Godsmack another time. And a lot of artists, they really don't mind you doing it as long as they get the credit for their, you know, their work.
Megadeth piece sells, but who's buying?
I'm sorry?
Go ahead, Ed.
I said I was requesting Megadeth piece sells, but who's buying?
He's one person that does not like you doing his music.
I believe it.
Yeah,
So-
Dave Mustaine is he's a trip. But it really depends on the song. It depends on the artist. But it comes down to most of the time I'm singing along and doing the entire song, and I'm not changing anything, and I'm not making money off of it. So I've never been hit with a copyright issue.
So
ever.
you're singing the song with them?
Yes.
Oh, so okay, I got you. It's like you're sitting in your car, driving down the road singing to Bohemian Rhapsody or something.
Pretty much, yeah. Whatever
Okay, gotcha.
whatever song that
Right.
suits my fancy, and
Right.
and if I wanted to sing by myself, I can kind of hold a tune.
So it's kind of like karaoke coin roll hunt.
Well, I don't do it, but I'm not doing any coin roll stuff while I'm doing it.
Oh, okay.
It's just singing. I mean, if you're singing and looking at coins, that'd be kind of ridiculous.
I'll have to swing in one of those times if I
He's
can.
like,
I'm curious to see the openings of this.
He's like 5, 2, 1, baby. One. Oh,
Oh, wait,
it'd just be
silver.
too weird. Yeah, you'd stop. You're like, hold on, everybody, we got silver. But yeah, it's fun stuff. I will say that there's the one crowd that loves the music, and there's the people that don't so much love the music. So it's funny. I can have a stream have 700 views or so, just doing my normal thing, coin roll hunting, and then I do some singing, and I get 200 or 300 views. It's just fun to kind of have something to do, break up the monotony. And I like singing a lot of old songs, and to me, the way that music touches your life, it's just it's fun.
Music's gotta drive. You gotta feel it. You gotta get emotion from music.
I drive
Mhm.
guys on the
Emotion from it.
construction site nuts all the time because I'm cracking notes all day long, and I don't care if I'm out of tune or anything. I'm just there, blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Music's gotta make you, feel something. If
Yeah.
it don't make you feel something, it's just I don't know what it is. Words, I
And you-
guess.
Yeah, if matter of fact, what's funny is there's only been a couple times. Most of the time when I meet a person, I'm like, "Hey, what kind of music you like?" If somebody says, "Oh, I'm not really into music," I'm like, "Yeah, we'll see you later."
I
'Cause you
like
kinda-
so much, it's hard to say. I like so much and I dislike so much of
Exactly.
all types.
Right. Same here. I'm definitely not a rap person.
There's some good
Of course,
hip
that's what we were
hop
talking
and
about
rap,
earlier.
but there's some crap rap too. And
Right.
but there's good metal, there's bad metal, good rock,
Right.
bad
Right,
blues, jazz, classical,
Yeah, when Red always wants me to sing country. He's like, "You got to stay more to the country," and I'm like, "Well, I like other stuff." He's like, "But you got that deeper voice," and I was like, "Eh."
Yeah, I don't do country either, but I
Mothers,
like
don't
Chris
let your
Stapleton.
babies grow up
You
to
know,
be coin
I
roll
like Chris
hunters.
Stapleton. He's a modern, or not so modern, but a modern day country singer. Blows me away with his music. But that's newer stuff, and like I was telling you earlier, I'm pretty much stuck in my own bubble of '60s and '70s music. But
Yes,
I do
sir.
venture out once in a while.
What's up, Ty Hitman? There's one of my people that watches everything. Ty Hitman watches
he's
the
been
music
in here
and the
since
rolls.
the get-go, I believe.
Yeah, he's been here
Yeah.
for a while. What's up, Ty? I think I said hi to him earlier. I
Yeah,
believe
welcome,
so.
welcome, welcome, all you stacker
While
friends.
we're at it.
Welcome
Randy,
to
I'll
the
say hi
Flash fam.
Yeah, I'll say
And-
hi to Top Cat's in the house and Miss Laurel's in the house.
I want to do a super big thank you for the super chatters that given me 3 super chats, all of you. Thanks for the super chat.
What's up, Ellsworth?
actually, some of the tidbits I've taken from stackers like Silver Seeker and some others, some of the visual stuff they use. Like for my auctions, I have like once a month and stuff, and some other things.
See, you got the. I don't have I have one of the things people love that I do on there is we do this thing for good luck for finding silver. And I was telling a joke one night that I'd heard from a comedian a long time ago, you know, how motorcycles, they sound like their makers, right? So you have the Harley Davidson, you know, and it's like Harley Davidson, right? Well, for silver, I always go Suzuki. I have a little motorcycle that goes across the screen. That's about as high tech as I get. Hey, there's Bill Gibson, another brother of mine from the channel. How you doing, Bill?
Hey, Bill, welcome.
Welcome.
Yes, Outdoorsy Gallo, music is medicine. And
Yes.
Outdoorsy Gallo is our Ontario Canadian musician, Fisher gal. She's a fish slayer up there, but she's a treasure hunter in many forms.
Canada makes some of the most beautiful coins out there, and they got a lot of silver coinage too.
Yeah, I have a bunch of old Canadian silver right in the drawer behind my green screen. I didn't tell no one that. You didn't hear that. You did not hear that. That's bad.
So with you having your channel and doing giveaways and you know working on some charities and stuff, have you kept any coins for yourself? Like, do you have any favorites that you would never get rid of?
Oh yeah, I have some coins that I love. I should have brought some coins. I just didn't even think about that. Like, I mean, I guess I could get off screen and go grab something, but yeah, I have, you know, my private collection. I have some cool stuff that I've managed to get. Like, I don't know if you guys know about the Provident Metals had the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse series, where they did the 4 horses in silver rounds, and then they did a 10-ounce bar. That's one of the more cooler modern things that I have. But as far as old coins, you know, I have a 1926 San Francisco minted wheat cent. That's what they call wood grain, and it looks, you know, the color is it's a mistake with the alloys. They don't mix right, so it looks almost like it's a painted coin, you know, because there's like different colors, so they call it a woody. That's one of my absolute favorites that I have as far as older coins. I also have a mercury dime that's called a Brockager, where when they stamp the coin, it slides it over, so all of a sudden the dime's just a little bit bigger than it should be, you know, and that air itself is worth, you know, like $100 and something bucks. A bunch of different silver that I collect, you know, and Indian heads. I share a lot of different stuff that I own in my videos as well. So yeah, I do manage to keep stuff that you know I get from like coin dealers, or if I go to coin shows. And when it comes to the nickel searches and then other $50 searches and stuff I do on my own, I keep that, of course.
Yeah.
It's only the stuff that I do on the live stream that goes to everybody.
And are these coins that you love, minus the 4 horsemen, are these all coins that you found, or did you end up purchasing some because you really wanted them?
No, I have some that I found, and I've had some that I purchased because I really wanted them. The 26 Woody, that one I purchased from a dealer a long time ago when I was younger. You know, and then I have a 1922 wheat cent that's called a light strike, where the D you can barely see it, and that coin I found in a coin roll hunt, and it's worth probably like $100 roughly, which I'm really stoked on that one. Bunch of little air pennies and stuff that I found. I found a lot of nice older Canadian pennies in searches, and It's interesting how dealers out here discount it. They're like, oh, that's just Canadian pennies. They're not worth much, yet they're worth quite a bit,
Mhm.
And I love doing trades with, like the Canadian stackers and stuff. It's really cool, the community as a whole, to be able to have that chance to trade with people in Canada and across the, in Europe and stuff. I've done coin trades with people in Germany and in the Netherlands and everything, so I've got a lot of I feel bad that I'm not answering your questions perfect, because I have, coins that are a beautiful toned Benji that I did a video on, and just different stuff that I own. And one of my absolute favorites that I have is I have some Indian heads that are purple and red and orange, toning. They're just unreal. Those are probably my absolute favorites in what I own.
Well, that kind of sparks up another question in regards to the toning. Is there a way to tell whether that's an error or whether somebody has cleaned them? Like, is there a trick to that?
Well, here's the thing. If you see a lot of the what they call monster toning, and like with the coins that I have, unfortunately, a lot of those are chemically enhanced.
Yeah.
It's hard to get them where they are naturally done, but when they do, they're there's certain ways that you can tell by the look of the coin. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you this Benji real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. I
Sure.
apologize.
They'll wait for treasure porn anytime. One
Meantime,
1,000.
we
Okay,
can say-
redneck stacker, he's gone. Give us the scoop, dude. Give us the scoop. just messing. I always enjoyed Raven's shows. I've mostly caught his coin roll searching shows, but always a good time. Inkman, good to see you, buddy.
Nice. Inkman lives in my town.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's a good dude. I like Inkman. All right, guys. So here's an example of something that's toned naturally. It's a Benji half that I did a video on. And I know this camera is probably not going to do it the kind of justice it needs to do, but with the way that it tones is you'll have a really dark outer edge, and then you'll get a little bit of the color and stuff on the inside.
Right.
And it'll grow more towards the middle. The other kind of toning that you'll see is what they call bag toning. And what that is when, you have half dollars and stuff that sat with rolls and other rolls, like kind of like this, and that's why you'll see a coin that has like part of the coin is toned and the rest of it looks brand new. That happens because something laid over it, and the part that was exposed got the toning, and the stuff that was covered stayed nice. Although toning is actually preferred. If you get a natural like this Benji here, it would be hard to get this away from me ever, just because this thing's worth quite a bit by the way that it's toned.
So, okay, so I guess best chances are if you're rooting through your coins and you find one that you think maybe is it a small chance? Okay, I have one. I found a penny that I think is a red penny. Is there any way to test it or tell, or
if you're unsure, the best thing to do is to go to a local coin dealer, or even send pictures to one of us YouTube coin people. We can probably look at it and be, yeah, that looks like it looks normal.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, guys. Hold on.
It's okay. Let me take him off. Must have went down the wrong part of the pipe.
I apologize.
Hey, no worries, brother. No worries.
Woo.
At least you didn't spit all over your monitor and keyboard or something.
No.
Want to hear a funny story about something like that, though? We were talking to Jesse once, And he goes to show us gold in his gold pan. Unfortunately, there's water in his gold pan when he does it. And he's like, here, oh, I don't have a blue pan handy. They're all green. He goes to show us and pours water right on his laptop.
Oh,
We love him, so we still give him a hard time about it still.
that's funny.
So, Secret Creek Prospecting, excuse me, asked, can Canadian silver rounds be graded in the U.S.?
Coins, yes, and certain bullion, yes. So stuff that's produced by RCM, Royal Canadian Mint. There is bullion, silver bullion that gets graded all the time. You know, it just depends on who it's produced by. You know, if it's some like random private dude, probably not. But if it's a well-known mint or an established mint, yeah, they will actually grade those coins. I have some Canadian, but that's an actual Canadian coin. You know, a $50 that I get graded. and yeah, the Canadian coins and the bills can get graded as well.
So what are some bucket list coins for you? What is your mecca? What is your holy grail?
Oh wow.
The white elephant type.
You know, honestly, mine's more in some of the currency. There are some bills out there that are worth a lot of money. You know, there's a thing called the educational note and the bison bill, and that are just beautiful pieces of art. When it comes down to coins, I have a list. You know, it's one of those things where you're like, okay, if I get a 1909 SVDB, well, the next thing I want is the 1916 Mercury, you know, Denver. Then I want the 1942 over 41 Mercury dime. I want the double dyed 1955 that's worth, you know, 35 grand in whatever condition. And, you know, the double dyed 69S penny, you know, the list just goes on and on. Plus you know, the really beautiful old school coins, the large cents. And I mean, I honestly, that's why it's hard when people say, hey, what's your very favorite? I always lean towards the Indian heads and buffaloes because I love the native designs. But honestly, I like all the coins. You know, each one has its own beauty. I'm not so into the modern coins. You know, they're getting kind of ugly and plain. Like the shield penny just kind of does nothing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a lot like you. I like the older ones. I really like Upper Canadian Bank tokens, and my thing's trade tokens and old, like, pardon my English, everybody. Kids, close your ears. Like hook saloon and get a free drink and a booty call type token, and dairy tokens. Actually, Digging with Deej, I won a token on her live stream before her show. But yeah, I really like trade tokens, good for tokens, Civil War tokens. To me, they have more history behind it, more purpose than just commerce transaction. Even though a lot of them were for commerce.
You mentioned the new pennies, how ugly the shield was. I think the worst thing, I think besides the ugliness of the penny, is the fact that the penny ain't even worth a penny. I mean, it's so cheaply made.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
if you find one that's been in the dirt for a year, it's already half rotted away.
It's ate up. Yeah, it is.
yeah, because the zinc can't handle the environment like that. You
Right.
know, but copper is way too expensive to produce for, you know, regular circulation. even the zinc pennies are literally ridiculous. I think it's like 2.5 cents to produce a penny. You know, I mean, so
It's not even worth a penny.
right.
You know, like I said, it doesn't even last. It won't last outside for 2 years. I found 2-year-old pennies that were, you know, almost totally rotted away. You know, so
Yeah.
get rid of the penny. We don't need it.
Yeah,
Now
those
here's the thing. Now, if you start doing penny hunts and you're looking at those older zincs, the 83s towards to now, and you find one that's in just unbelievable condition in the early 80s, that zinc penny, because they're so, you know, hard to find in good condition, plus how quickly they turn to poo, that
Mhm.
penny is now worth quite a bit. You'd be shocked at what a high grade 80s penny can go for.
Really?
Yeah, but you're still talking mint state, you know, because at
Right.
mint state it doesn't exist so many of them. That's why you got that value to it, you know. And that is the allure of doing the penny hunts. You know, I've found proof coins, and I've found you know, like I said, some older coins that have a little bit of value to them as well. But if you just look um, over and over, you're gonna do very well. You might even find your own error that nobody else has ever seen. You know, you turn it in and get your name recognized for it. So there's a lot of cool benefits to it. And honestly, if you're in a place like I said, I live in Oklahoma, we get snowed in sometimes, and it's a great hobby to sit around with the kids and, you know, go
sounds
through
like
coins. And
Ohio.
yep. You know, we don't get the kind of snow like you guys normally do, but this last month, man, we were indoors for almost 2 weeks from the snow, you know.
Wow.
And believe me, I was glad I had coins to look at and mess with and, you know, search through, because you know, it could kill you.
Our friend John Shaw, I had this roll of 1955 pennies.
Oh,
I did a trade with John. I did it mostly because I like him so much. He's a good guy. We've met personally. He came all the way here from Texas to Ohio for outing, and I was kind of afraid to break it open and look for it, because I know some of the double dies. What is it? The Denver Mint double die.
the
Could be.
1955 penny is here. I'll tell you I don't know the price offhand, but if you get the double die, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's astonishing. But
If just in like the almost the condition, $1,400 for a 55 double die verse.
yeah, but that's pretty much just from one mint, isn't it? Isn't it like the Denver Mint?
No, it's the Philly. The 55 is from Philadelphia.
Oh man, I think it was was that a Philly roll? John, would you have told me if there was a really good double die in it? No, he sent me some back. They were MS 64 minimum. They were beautiful mint luster on them. Beautiful coins. But John's a good guy.
The one that you really want is the 69S. MS63 is 75,000.
Wow.
As far as a modern heir in a penny, you know, could you imagine that? You know, you're searching through a roll and there it is, 69S double die
Going
staring
through
you at in the face.
The change from my truck, pocket money. Oh, look, hey, cha-ching.
That's like life-changing money, you know?
Yeah, it is. That'd be like finding a nice big nugget.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I recently have been watching some coin hunting channels. Don't worry, you're right up my alley. You'll be next. Do you feel like coins are nicer when they come from Denver or from Pennsylvania?
You know what's funny is there are more heirs that come out of Philly
Oh,
than
Philly.
anywhere else. Yes, out of Philadelphia.
Because they're all on crack.
Oh wait, yeah.
They got lousy inspectors in Philly.
What's up?
They got lousy inspectors in Philly. They're letting stuff get out.
But the best coins come out of San Francisco.
Right. I think that goes. I think that goes without saying. Is aren't they known for that?
Yeah, and then Denver has, the second, amount of errors. But errors happen all the time. But the reason we say Philly is the suspect mint is because they're 9 times out of 10 they have the error, the 55 Philly penny and all these interesting things that get out that you're like, what? There's a silver penny out there in circulation because they were, doing it on their own, trying to be creative on getting some air coins out there and making money.
Was that?
I've heard,
you really think
I've
that's
heard
it?
that some airs are actually them guys fooling around.
Mm-hmm.
Just for fun.
Mm-hmm. Just for fun, or actually to make coins that are worth a lot of money. I mean, there's some ridiculous stuff out there. There's like a guy that snuck in like a silver nail and had dimes stamped on it, and so you can see some interesting things that they've done.
Sounds like a fun
So
job.
what about the 43 copper penny? Is that 43 copper penny?
Oh, if that's worth, what is it? I think the last one went for 100 and something grand.
So there actually are some of those out there, huh?
Mm-hmm. Not very many, but there's also, check this out. There's a 1992 closed AM penny, which means when you flip it over in America, the A and the M are touching each other.
Right.
That penny is worth like 10 grand or so in condition. In 1992.
Well, you're saying in mint condition. What about in?
No, I said in condition. It's worth a lot.
In condition.
Like fair condition.
With lint stuck to it.
Good condition.
Yeah, and because it's that rare of a coin, but it's amazing how that one little thing, that tiny little difference, just the A and the M touching versus not touching, the fact that it's touching makes it worth all the money.
Well, while we're on this subject, let me show you a list my better half gave me.
So not only do I gotta look for Wheaties and all that jar of pennies we got, now I gotta look for air pennies.
Oh man.
Look at this list my better half gave me. They're all different coins with prices, what it's worth, dates, all kinds of stuff, because she knows I save all my change, and then I go through it. I take out all the coppers. I put the stinking Lincolns in another container. I separate all the older stuff. It's 3 sheets. 1, 2, 3. It's like,
and that's just touching the surface, my friend.
Yeah, that's the tip of the iceberg, right, Raven? Just the tip.
There's so much stuff to know with coin collecting. That's why there's times where people are like, well, it's so boring and there's not much. But when you actually start to get into it, it's a rabbit hole.
It ain't that boring.
Yeah.
I literally started going through my husband's change jar because of the snowstorm. Just like you said, I was like, I need something to do. And I was like, I've been thinking about that coin jar for a while. And
welcome to the bunny hole.
Right. I learned, as I started trying to Google and YouTube, that you can literally just go to YouTube and start looking at the year, like whatever year you're on. And then just start watching videos about the year, and then that's the year in P or the year in D, or it's insane. It's insane. There's so much. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a rabbit hole most collectors get in just about any collection. I mean, coins, marbles, cards. There's all these subsets of subsets, and you know, coins are cool, but I got enough hobbies.
Well, you know, the one common thread of all that though is they all use coins.
That's true. That's true. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I like finding silver and metal detecting, you know, I like, yeah, so bottles too, David.
Yeah, old bottles. There's all sorts of cool stuff, you know.
A little,
Yeah, because there's value in old bottles, you know, depending on who, what, where, and when, you know.
Jeff, it became a little less.
Even old scrap junk can be worth some bucks. Crazy.
One man's trash is another man's treasure. My dad was a big token collector on the West Coast, Raven.
Nice.
And some of my fonder and a big antique collector in general. He had his fingers in it all. But some of my fondest memories growing up were going to coin shops, doing his rounds. He did bid boards and stuff.
Yeah, bid boards are fun.
Yeah, you talked about that on the other live stream I was sitting on the other day too. And I brought up my dad used to do coin bid boards. But some of my fondest memories going out with him, you know, to this day, mind you. I'm 58 years old. To this day, going in a coin shop, an antique shop, my hands go straight in my pocket when I go through the threshold. And they don't come out till I want to actually look at something.
Yeah. Yeah, because they taught you old school. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's if you get the bug that bites you early enough, it'll stick with you for life. And that's what happened with me, you know. Same thing. I have a lot of fond memories of hanging out with my dad and, you know, going to shops and auctions and different things with him. And one of the things that was always great was bid boards because you know, it was basically a silent coin auction.
Yeah.
And sometimes people would put stuff up there that, you know, they didn't know what they had. And next thing you know, like I took a chance on some coins when I was a kid. The guy was like, oh, medieval coins. Turned out they were these old Roman coins, and I ended up getting a couple grand for $20.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
It's amazing what people don't know what they have a lot of times.
Not only that, guys, you know, I know a lot of us because we're all, you know, hunting, always hunting and looking. Estate sales, garage sales, that's another great place to pick up coin collections cheap. There's times when, you know, I've been at a garage sale and you don't see anything out, and then you say, hey, do you have any coins? They're like, yeah, and they bring it out and they're like, I don't really care what it's worth. Give me $10. And you're like, no, I can't do that, because you start explaining, you know, these coins right here are worth a couple $100. If I did that, I would feel too bad. But, you know, sometimes you just want to just grab it all, right?
Right.
Actually, a lot of different collections. People are lots of different collections that way. Oh, yeah.
Actually, Shane Clash from Clash Guitars or Clash TV, he came across some really nice coins and a lot of silver from a garage sale. And just, yeah, I'll buy that. How much do you want? Oh, yeah, here. Sure. Boy, how guilty would I feel? It'd be like, oh, yeah, sure. I don't know if I want to pay that much. How about 10?
Well, I think like Raven was saying, you know, the honest Joes, if you will, would be like, well, no, this is a fair price. Why don't you take this?
Right.
I think really is anybody in at least in this Zoom chat right here would at least extend that courtesy.
Right.
I believe that's actually what Shane did. He's
Yeah.
like, no, these are actually worth this. I'll give you this much for it because
Yeah.
that's way too cheap.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because, you just never know. You don't want it happening to you or your family,
Karma,
Right.
guy. Karma, karma.
Right. Karma, karma.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What comes around goes around, and shoot, I'm still paying for shit I did beep in my adolescence.
Hey,
Don't
and
what?
what's scary is you probably haven't even started paying yet.
Oh, shh. Hush your mouth, brother. Hush your mouth.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
So like with me, I go around and I do silver too, but more in the way of jewelry.
Hmm. There's value in jewelry. There's value in silverware.
Sure, absolutely.
Sterling. Matter of fact, sterling
Sterling.
silverware is 0.925. That's more than
Right.
what's in
Coin.
silver coin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of that, I have some silver ore from Robert from Libby, Montana.
Cool.
Since you have my furnace, Jesse, I'll give it to you. I'll crush it up since I got my rock crusher back.
All right. Yeah.
I'll
crush
give it
up.
to you, and you could do like a fire assay and make a button out of it, or a
Cool.
BB, or whatever it burns down to, and see what we get.
It's a pile of dust.
Well, it will be a pile of dust when I give it to you. But
Well, okay. So we'll burn off the excess dust.
right, and see
That'll be
what we
fun.
end up with.
Yeah, and then maybe Redneck Stacker will have been on there and he can talk about it was Redneck Stacker, right? That
Yes.
does the silver course.
Yeah, Redneck Stacker.
Yeah.
He does awesome pours.
Yeah, definitely. Get him on the show. I can pick his brain, eat little pieces here and there, and all good.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of good knowledge. He's a really good dude.
Awesome.
Really, really good friend. I talk to Red almost on a daily basis, actually.
Mhm.
And to get him on here, you guys would have a good guest. He's a good dude. And matter of fact,
man.
for those that don't know, that in chat and anybody that's on the panel that aren't subscribed to Red, he's on his road to 2K, and he's going to be doing an insane giveaway when he hits 2,000 subscribers. I mean, we're talking gold, silver, slabbed coins. I mean, all sorts of great stuff.
Well, we would never do a run over there and like his channel just because. But if you wanted to go over there and like his channel and get him to 2,000, I bet he'd appreciate it. But we would never tell people to go do that for nothing. But I'm gonna go over there and check it out. I know that. That sounds like fun. Something I wanted to do.
Cool.
Yeah. Awesome. So what else you got for us? Rose, you got more questions?
Man, it's so funny because I was like, oh boy, do I. But then you start thinking about them and you forget. So I do. Okay, here's one. Coins that are obviously so old and rubbed off that you can't read the dates are probably pretty worthless, correct?
Not actually 100% true. There are people that collect what's called lowball coins, and that is a coin that is the absolute lowest grade that you could have it graded at.
Wow.
So if they send it in and it gets what's called like a G4, and you would think it's worth nothing, there's people that have been known to pay thousands of dollars for some of those because it's so hard to get it graded in such a cruddy condition that it's now created a niche market, and people are paying a lot of money for worn out coins. It would really blow your mind.
I like to pretend like I have the the 1913 nickel. Is that the
Oh
one?
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have one of those. Yeah, I definitely have one. Yeah, it's all rubbed off though, so I can't prove it. You know.
Yeah. There's this thing called Nicodate. but yeah, you know, it definitely the 1913 nickel, you'd be sitting on $1 million plus easy.
It's what it's actually finding this nickel is what just recently caused me to go purchase my first coin microscope, because I was like, maybe under the microscope I can see a date, you know, and of course it's too rubbed off, you can't see anything.
Nice. but yeah, you know, that's how it hits you, you know. You'd be amazed. I've even found silver in pennies. I found a 1942 10 centavo little piece of silver. Ends up being the same circumference and everything as a penny. Somehow got in the rolls.
Well,
Wow.
I've seen man, I guess that's a good question. Is they've talked about how certain coins can have like a dime can have a nickel stamp, or a penny can have a dime stamp on it.
Mm-hmm.
So are these people, like, did these guys make these coins have the intention of making dimes but put the nickel the penny material in there and then just send them out?
It can happen that way, yeah, where they intentionally, you know, push a couple of blank, you know, pennies through the dime machine or vice versa, you know, and then that ends up being worth quite a bit because it's just not supposed to happen.
I was gonna say, you lean towards saying intentionally, like are you pretty sure it's just people doing it to circulate some valuable coins, or?
It's those little rumors, little jokes and rumors that people make about it, you know.
Yeah.
Because if you got caught doing that intentionally, you go to federal prison.
Oh.
You know, you can't manipulate the minting process to benefit yourself like that.
Yeah.
And there's been people that got in trouble for having coins that they shouldn't own. You know, there was, matter of fact, there's a family recently where they had some gold and they sold it, and the government confiscated it. It was an after 1932 St. Gaudens or whatever it is. You know, it was that one gold coin that wasn't supposed to exist, and then the people had it forever. They sold it in an auction, and the government said, "No, that's our gold. You were never supposed to have that."
Wow.
Yeah.
Like that couple that found the tin can of gold eagles in
That one too.
California. And then, you know, insurance companies get their greedy paws in it. The government's like, oh no, that was robbed from the mint or from the San Francisco Mint or something.
That's bullcrap, because the dollar value is different by the time they found it. The government's only got a couple of the coins, not the whole damn can.
Wait.
Right.
Did those guys get anything? Did they get anything? Did the government?
They ended up getting their coins back. The best thing to do if you ever find a hoard of gold or silver is
don't tell anybody.
Shut your mouth.
Wow.
Loose lips sink ships.
Yeah.
Shut thy mouth.
I will never tell anybody I found that Spanish gold.
Somebody made the comment just a minute ago about how the mint said it's their property, and that is what it is. In the very end, no matter what, the mint owns your money if they really want to. It's the government's cash. So, like, you know, there's a lot of people hoarding copper. What they don't understand is if the government says you have to turn it in, you know,
so
you'll have to. Like when they wanted all the gold turned in back in the day.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So there are coins that the government has requested people to turn in.
Yeah. Especially gold. You know, and then, you know, they took us off the gold and silver standard a long time ago. They've kind of,
long ago.
they kind of tend to leave silver alone. It looks, for the most part, but gold's
It's easier
value.
to manipulate,
Yeah.
because the value of it is at a rate where it's easier to manipulate its price. That's why they leave that alone. That's why we don't. I mean, we use silver, but now silver is being used for a lot more than just coinage. It's being used for electronics big time.
Yeah, it's a great electronic conduit.
Right. Yeah, and other, just a lot of other things too. I mean, like we say, in this world, everything that you use, you either mine or grow. So yeah, silver has because it's easier to manipulate. I think they've done it in the past.
Do they make like current gold coins?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
There's gold coins that are made by the U.S. Mint. And matter of fact, there was one that was put out just a couple months ago that caused a huge issue because they only made like 1,500 of this gold coin, and people turned around and sold them for like $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 a piece when they paid like 1,200 or so for it.
Right.
Well, there was a special silver coin that came out a few months ago. Wasn't
That was
that
the
crashed?
same day, same thing. It was a silver and gold coin. Both of them were limited editions, and
It crashed their website and.
Well, what do they expect is going to happen? First of all, it's a precious metal. It's not like a piece of paper. It's a precious metal. So yeah, if they're going to put out a special edition like that of silver or gold, a limited amount. Right there, the value is going to double once it's all sold.
Well,
here's the number they're sold, the value doubles. Boom,
but
like
this
that.
is something that they've never seen before, and it goes to show how I think really YouTube and the rise of all the coin roll hunting channels and coin collector channels is really getting the word out there, because before you used to be able to buy stuff off the U.S. Mint and have no problems. And now, when you have enough people jumping on there all at once to crash their site, you're talking, tens and tens of thousands of people at once.
They're just not prepared.
Yeah.
That's all. They just don't understand. They're behind the times. If they're going to put coins out like that, they better put a bunch of coins out.
Well, no, they want it limited that way. That's how you keep the value up.
Well, yeah, they can't have it both ways now.
But that's how coins always are. You have limited edition ones that are worth quite a bit because they only made so many, and only 10,000 people in the world ever get to have it or whatever. They just do that stuff on purpose. And it's a manipulation to make that one item worth more. But it's amazing. I'm telling you, once you really get into it, the hours and hours and hours that you can spend learning and having a good time and actually making money if you pay attention to what you're doing.
I got to start listening to my coins, guys. I got to start listening to them.
They'll talk to you.
So you have expressed some interest in, you said you'd like to try some other treasure hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, you had the biggest budget in the world and you were ready to try your next adventure. What would you do?
If I had the biggest budget in the world, I'd go down to Australia looking for gold.
Australia gold.
Yeah.
Why that area?
I think Australia is beautiful.
Yeah.
And just the opportunities and things that you could do there on top of it. But the amount of gold that I saw in a recent program, these people had a piece of property where they're walking up the hill, and she goes, "Oh, wow," and literally picks up a chunk of gold like this big on the surface.
Yeah. Yep.
So it would be that, or it'd be some kind of crazy treasure diving adventure down in the Caribbeans or something, hoping to find some Spanish gold or whatnot. But
for sure.
Yeah, that would be fun.
We just had a question here.
Sure.
On Noblet, I hope I said that right. I have a 1933 to 1945 Franklin D. Roosevelt, a New Deal coin. Does anybody know its value?
A New Deal coin, huh? I've never even heard of that. It sounds like a commemorative. Is it $50? Does he know the denomination?
Let's see if we can get the answer. Yeah. I say this every time, but I love how when we're waiting for the chat to answer, we all get quiet.
It is funny.
I love
I'll be able to
it.
hear the chat. So because it's a from 2 years, that means it's not like a commemorative, right?
Yeah, it does, but I've never heard of it before. I'll tell you what, if you want to send me a picture of the coin, I know enough people that are dealers and things like that that I could definitely get you an answer.
Do you have an email address you'd like to share?
Sure. I can put it in chat for you guys. It's pretty easy. It's just RavenHawkCoins@gmail.com, but I'll write it in here too.
So Raven, our buddy in Australia, Terry Marshall says, "Hey, there's no gold in Australia.
Yeah.
You shit out of luck."
That's funny. That's funny.
Redneck Stacker said it's a commemorative $50.
Okay,
Just
so
in case anybody wants. Oh, I didn't know if I could ask this, but
keep your coins away from red.
people melt coins.
Yes, people.
I got 3 silver rounds right here. I'm willing to sacrifice for a nice pour.
People, Raven, people melt coins. Isn't that illegal?
Yes.
Isn't that defacing?
It depends on what it is, actually. Like a lot of like right now, it's illegal to melt copper pennies, even though you. If you were to take in, let's say you had a bunch of copper, right, and you thought you were going to be slick and throw in a little bit of extra copper to throw them off. No, there's a specific blend to the way they make U.S. coin copper that the refineries will turn you into the Treasury Department.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah. It happens from time to time. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's true. And now, but it's like with the really old stuff, nobody can really do much about it. It's a shame to see it melted down, but when it's collector, grade old silver, then there's not really much anybody can do.
So even that silver has its own special formula, not just the copper.
Yeah,
Or can you
it's
get away with melting silver?
well, but I've never heard anybody doing it on mass scales like they did with copper.
Oh, okay.
But I've heard of, there was a guy in Chicago. There was a crime family that they got caught there, and they had a warehouse melting pennies because the return on the copper was worth it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess if you wanted to be a smart defacer, you would melt it down and then make things with it, like jewelry or something like that, versus trying to cash in what you're melting down.
Right.
If you were planning on doing something like that.
Although that would, I think, would defeat the purpose of doing that, because your overhead would be so much higher and you just lose out that way. So that doesn't make.
To like
wait, but here's the thing: if you make it into silver art or poured silver, Some silver art goes for a couple $100 an ounce.
Or
You know,
jewelry.
Well,
You get a
that's
nice,
true.
yeah, nice
That's
jewelry
true.
piece. Yeah.
That's true.
Let me interject for a second. I had a huge super chat from our friend GoPro Unlimited. So he deserves a nuclear. Oh yeah, super chat.
oh, nice, a $50 spot.
Thank
Woo.
you, Jeff. Thank you very much.
I missed.
And
I missed
yeah,
being
that
able to
was
hear-
my mic muted. Doggone
I
it.
guess, I'll when I get a chance to talk to Red, I'll ask him these questions. Never mind.
Red's got a lot of knowledge in scrapping and stuff too, guys.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Toledo Jess is going to be getting hold of Redneck Stacker.
Yeah, I got some silver. I need some stuff, something really cool done with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, guys, definitely. Matter of fact, one of you guys said you wanted to have something made,
Yeah.
and Red said send it to him. He'll work out something with you.
I see the message.
Yeah, I made sure to put it in there for Jess.
Yeah.
I think I have his email somewhere.
Throw my email out there, Jared.
He gave it. Oh man, I
he
copy
just
and
put it-
pasted
yeah,
something
He just
else.
put it in
since
there for you
then.
guys.
Oh,
I got
okay,
it.
good
I'll put it
because
in the Zoom.
okay.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Right on, sis.
David says he's hearing an echo somewhere.
Yeah, I'm hearing an echo too.
Came in
Yep.
for a second.
Echo.
Huh.
Hear my dog walking around.
These guys stopped wearing their earbuds and stuff. Oh, a Reese's.
Well, I'm done for a minute. Headphones.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Echo is gone. Okay, very good.
There we go.
Echo Lima Bravo.
Man, I felt like I was so prepared for this. I want to make sure I get all my questions in.
How long,
Oh, go ahead.
how long have you been on YouTube, Raven?
I started my channel in 2017, actually. In August, it'll be my 4th year.
What made you take the plunge and become a content creator?
Well, I, was looking up a couple things that I had some interest in, poured silver and different items like that, and came across a lot of stuff where, the things they were showing were nice, but the person and the way they presented it was like, it just kind of put me to sleep.
Right.
And I figured, you know what? A lot of my friends always said I should be on radio, because I can do stuff with my voice. And they're like, you should try it out. So I took a shot. One day I made a video and lo and behold, people started watching, which blew my mind, and was doing really well for a little while. But I was away from YouTube for almost a year. I got really sick with a thing called Guillain-Barré syndrome, GBS. And it's basically a full body stroke. You have to learn how to walk, and you have to rebuild your nerves and all sorts of crazy stuff. But so that kind of took me away from the action for almost a year. And I was really fortunate and lucky enough to have people that were, still interested when I came back, because, you get a momentum and you're really into it, and then you walk away and you're feeling like maybe I can't do this anymore. And then my mind's been blown with all the support, and whatnot, and the friends that I've made in the community, across the board, so that kind of kept me going. I think, wanting to see something new and do something my way versus what I've seen,
Yeah, I think I speak for everybody when we can say thank you for not being so boring. You know, when you're trying to learn, you want a little bit of life in there. You want a little bit,
Right.
just a little bit of a catch instead of just, sitting there and looking at pictures or monotone voices or,
And like anybody else, you said monotone. I can fall into that too. Sometimes it happens where I'm like talking about a coin and I'm like, uh-oh, this just sounds like here is a 1944 dime, But
Slide, please.
what's up?
So next slide, please.
Yeah. Here's me standing next to a 44 dime.
Yeah.
But and then I saw other things. I knew I wanted to do some live streaming and stuff, and I saw things in the community that should change. When I first got into it, there was a channel that was selling their $50 rolls for $10 a roll. And if they found something in it, cool. If they didn't find anything, that was it. You didn't get anything in return. So after some time went by and I found out a way to get my own, supply of $50, I started my stream and I started shaking things up. Me and Silver Seeker changed a lot of stuff and made sure that people had a return on their investment as well as, some entertainment. I can sometimes be kind of boring because I get these weird energy dumps because of my GBS that I'm still dealing with to this day. But there's some times that you can go watch a coin roll hunting show and you're just kind of like, even to myself, I wonder sometimes why people want to watch me. But in the end, we've built a really cool, supportive community. And like a family. So that's actually a bonus on top of it.
Yeah. Icing on the
I
cake.
think that stretches throughout all the appendages of the treasure hunting community. Coin rollers or cornwall hunters and silver stackers, prospectors, detectorists, magnet fishermen, fisherettes too, and just the whole broad spectrum. It just blows my mind at how generous they can be, especially when someone's in need too.
Oh yeah. We've across the board, whether it be poor silver prospecting people, anytime somebody's had some rough times, we've helped them out. You guys have helped them out. And that shows what kind of people treasure hunters are, that even though we're trying to find something for almost nothing, we don't have the problem turning around and giving away most of what we got, Oh, Jesse O.
Jesse O just paid you a really nice compliment. She says, you truly make it so entertaining.
Yeah,
Jesse's
you
very
do,
nice.
Raven.
Thanks,
I
guys.
like Silver Seeker a lot too. Rob finds treasure I enjoy too.
Yeah, Rob's a good dude, and Seeker's got a lot of bells and whistles to his stuff, and he cracks me up. He uses this face filter sometimes. It makes him look like a girl. we tease him about, hey, you better be careful if we go to prison. You're not gonna be lasting long. Oh man, yeah.
Just really quick say hi to a few more people that stopped in, including Jesse O. Hello. Adventures with Goats in the house with us now. And thought I saw, Bedrock Bennett, the Specie King.
Oh yeah.
Parsons prospecting.
Somebody asked for the link, and I forgot I'm not a mod in your channel, so it's not
I
gonna.
got it, guys. I'll put it in there.
I got it.
Oh, Ed's so fast. Damn.
I'm surprised Mr. Lodak hasn't jumped on it yet. The world's greatest moderator. It's also down in the description below. But yeah, it's a great channel. I enjoy watching his live streams. I lurk quite a bit when I'm multitasking. So.
We always have multiple giveaways every stream that I do.
Hello, Justina.
So if you guys just even want to come in and have a chance at winning some silver and things like that, come and hang out, meet some good people.
Yeah, we very rarely do giveaways
Same for
ourselves.
same with the
We're not really a giveaway show.
We
say.
do allow our guests to give away stuff. Though.
Yes, but as far as
No, I can't say we don't give away stuff. We don't advertise it really. If
Right.
they're here and we feel like I'm gonna give away, tell you what, everybody, if we get to 100 likes, I'll give away. Here, I'll show it.
Yeah,
Since-
I don't do the whole, hey, I want 100 likes to give stuff away. I just always have something going on.
Well,
and we don't. We very rarely give anything away. But Ed, what are you giving? Are you giving some away tonight, Ed?
I'll give away. I'm gonna look for a really good one. It's. I would say it's at least MS64, if not better.
Ooh.
1954 wheat penny. Oh, is it focusing well?
Yeah, now you do. But you need to, yep, there you go. Bring it over a little bit. There you go.
And, but wait, I don't want to touch it with my hands. I don't have my cloth gloves on. And I'll pick out a real nice Steely out of this roll too. Steelies, they get kind of, and there's a real nice steel penny right there. So I'll make you work for it. You have 3 minutes. No.
84 likes at this point.
I'm just joking about that. But let's say end of stream giveaway.
All right, Miss Laura. Well, thank you. We love you too.
Yeah, Mrs. Laurel, that was so sweet. Thank you.
What'd I miss?
You didn't miss anything. She says we give out lots of love every show.
That we do because we love you all out there. You're all part of the Flash fam. If this is your first time here or not, you're still part of the Flash fam.
That's right. Stephen Howden, how are you tonight?
Come on, populate.
Populate. Hey, you know how to populate, right? Hit that share and share our channel out. Don't forget to share, you guys. That helps us too.
Sharing is caring.
RST, what's up? RST, how are you tonight?
Hey, Barb, what's going on?
Barb, what's up, darling? That's Daniel's better half.
87 likes, Goat says.
Or I should say his good half.
Nothing good about me. I'm pure hate.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just seething, Dano.
I'm just seething. You can just
Oh,
well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get it.
ready for a little Greek therapy is what I'm ready for.
We just lost. Oh, look at that. We lost a like and gained a dislike. Awesome.
all right, we need one more dislike.
Whose Cheerios did we piss in?
Remember, everyone, 2 dislikes equal 1 like. But hey, geez.
Well, let me go back here. I saw a comment back here earlier about what we were talking about. I wasn't able to catch it. Of course, it's probably way back now.
Oh yeah, once it's cleared for me, it's gone for good.
Yeah. All right, John Lobit.
Wow.
He has a 1963 penny with no D or P on it. So where else would it be from?
It's just a Philly. The pennies back then didn't have a P mint mark. Matter of fact, in 2017, they made a big deal about having a Philadelphia minted penny with the P mint mark actually on the penny. But other than that, the Philadelphia pennies have always been a blank. There's no P for a mint mark.
I got really excited until I learned that myself, Raven. I was like, oh, this is something new. And then I learned very quickly that they just don't have everything
So
on.
the modern pennies have a P on them.
No, only 1 year,
No. Which
2017.
one?
Okay.
Just the 1 year, 2017.
Oh, okay.
Barbo Longnecker asked, do you have a 1964 penny?
Yeah, I'm sure laying around somewhere. They're pretty common.
What is special about the 1964? Or is there?
That's her birth year.
Oh yeah, probably
she's
birth year.
stinker. I gotcha. I do. And maybe this is a little weird, but I have a tendency, if I find coins with my birth year on it, that I just keep them just because it's my birth year. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Oh, you got another super chat, guys. $20 from NorCal Prospectors.
NorCal, yeah, buddy. Pioneer Polly, welcome. And I see Run for the Hills Mining in the house.
Ron, I want you to know that I see you, but I don't say hi to you because I let Ed say hi to you.
Yeah,
Well, how you doing, Ron?
I wasn't neglecting you, Ron.
We'll see you in July, brother. Or June. I'm sorry. See you.
I think we all like it when Ed says hi to Ron.
Yeah, that's why I don't say nothing to him.
I just wish my voice would be better than it is.
I guess this is what I was talking about. Quality of the pennies now. Look, this is a 2019.
Oh yeah, yes.
You know, it's a 2019. Look how bad a shape that penny is.
Because it's a stinking Lincoln.
Oh, Raven, I know we're getting close to the end. I got another good one for you here.
Sure.
And I've asked Ron F this a little bit, but I want opinions from multiple people. When it comes to dirty coins, I guess the ultimate answer is to never clean them. Like you should never take a terry cloth and rub them off a little bit. You want them to be dirty and natural. Always.
Exactly. Yes. Because once you clean a coin, if it's a collector's coin, you've taken half the value away.
So say, okay, before I started asking these questions, I started just for fun, going through the quarters and getting the state quarters and stuff like that. And I wanted them to look nice in my books. So I rubbed them down a little bit.
Oh.
They're done.
Done.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about coins that you find metal detecting? I mean, those are, usually pretty grungy already.
And the thing is they're only going to hold so much value from a metal detecting coin too. Because that coin, more than likely, when you get it in your hands, the person sprayed it down and cleaned it, and one way or another. The reason why when you rub a coin, it takes off luster. So to give you an idea, see this silver coin right here. When I turn it, it does this thing. They call it cartwheeling.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's because that has never been touched by hands. Once you start getting the oils of your fingers on there, then it takes away the luster. It starts wearing down the coin in the high spots, and that ruins it. And then when you're talking about an older coin, a dirty coin doesn't mean it's not worth something. Matter of fact, a dirty coin is more desirable because that's also considered patina. And if you wash that off, just like on some old art and some old bikes and different things that people collect, the minute you take the patina off, you took all the value away because you took the history off.
Right, it's like someone going to Antique Roadshow with a beautiful Tiffany lamp, an old one that's been, and they said, oh, it was all had this green on it, so I cleaned it up really good and got it nice and shiny. And they're like, well, you took a $10,000 lamp and now it's worth about 20.
Yeah. Laura Williams says, what if it's found in the water? Does it ruin the coin too?
The problem is that if there's any type of abrasion to the surface of a coin, if you were to get it graded, they would say it's been affected. If you drop a coin in water and you let it dry, if it doesn't have any water spots on it, the value is not going to be affected by water because it's just water. It's not actually cleaning anything until you start, using your hands on it and being abrasive to the coin.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it. I mean, honestly, like you'd be amazed at how easily a thumbprint transfers onto a mint state coin. You'll never get that thumbprint off. Matter of fact, I had a set the other night that I sold that had somebody had touched in the wrong spot, and because of that thumbprint, that set was worth about a third of its value.
That is insane.
Yeah, that's why I was
uptight.
careful holding the
yeah.
edges on this coin, and why I have my gloves on now. So
Wow.
Yeah, here's the thing: if your hands are clean, the proper way to hold a coin, if you didn't already know, and you can do this because graders that hold your coins will hold them like this. There's no problem with holding the edges to a coin.
Okay.
But if you have gloves, even better. But they're not the end all. You don't have to have gloves because, like I said, a professional grading company will grade your stuff and handle them with their hands as long as they're clean. Because they know how to touch them properly.
I kind of like shiny coins, guys. Call me crazy.
well,
but
after all, they're your coins, Rose. If you want them shiny and less valuable, that's your prerogative.
Yeah. And that's so. After putting them all in that quarter book, that's kind of what I decided. I did that for myself. So.
Well, here's the other weird side of the coin. Depending on the coin itself, there's actually Morgans that are cleaned have a high demand in Arabic countries for some reason. They love polished Morgans, and they buy them for a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
So that old saying, you can only get what they'll pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's with everything. That's the one thing I tell people in the end is like, look, you might think you have a $5,000 penny, but it's worth 5,000 when you can find somebody that pays for it.
We were just talking about that in our pre-show before you came in, Raven. It don't matter what the book says.
Right.
Like I have a German mark from the German Empire that book's for $1,200. It's not even a half ounce of silver, and no one would want to pay me. I would never take it to a pawn shop or a coin store. They'd only want to pay me melt.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's only, don't matter what the catalogs say, really. It's what the collector is willing to spend. And the more they need that particular piece, hopefully the more they're willing to spend.
Let me ask you about grading coins. Let's say about grading coins.
Sure.
Let's say you've got a coin that graded at let's say however they grade, what's your next to highest number, not your highest, but
68.
69.
Oh, 69.
Yeah, okay. So you got a coin that if it was graded a 9 would be worth, let's say, 10 grand. Now you have a coin that's not graded but looks and is similar quality, or looks to be similar quality. What would you expect to be able to sell that coin for? Not graded.
Well, a raw coin expected to be hit a little bit lower.
Right. Sure.
But the thing is the authenticity of it. Most people know what they're looking at, and some people don't. So it's like if you have a very high valued coin and you're just going to buy it off of Joe Blow, you're going to want to have them go to a reputable coin dealer with you and have the coin dealer say, yes, it is what he says it is. And then you kind of go from there. But having it professionally graded gives you that advantage because you have a third party saying this is specifically what it's worth. When you have a raw coin, the problem is that raw coin sent to 3 different graders will get 3 different grades.
Well,
You
yeah,
know?
and that happens not just in coins, but in other
With
grading
anything.
systems. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like
You're-
trading cards, sports cards. Same thing. There's 3 or 4 different grading companies, and they'll come out with a different grade for the same exact card. So
and
that's
you're, and
kind of
you're at the mercy of whoever's grading your stuff. If they're pissed off that day or just whatever, they might one day give a coin a perfect grade of 70, and then 2 days later say it's a 66, and you're going, what the heck?
Yeah.
So one of the rules is when you're buying slabbed coins, don't buy the holder, buy the coin. Okay. And what that means is sometimes you'll see a coin that says it's MS69, but it looks like garbage. Well, you don't want a garbage coin, even if it says it's, gold.
yeah,
Put
because
that aside.
you might be able to sell that to a novice, but a person that's really into what you're doing is gonna call you out on it.
Right. And there's not necessarily a huge difference in money for a raw coin, except where it comes down to one person saying, I think it's this, and another person saying, I think it's that. Because I'll tell you something, there are coins that literally that one grading difference goes from a coin worth $200 to tens of thousands of dollars.
Right.
And just because of that, there's times that you're going to want to make sure that you have it graded so that you're either not getting ripped off or you're not ripping somebody off yourself. Because one of the things you don't want to ever do is tell somebody like me, I won't hold this coin up right here. This is an Australian 1-ounce silver kangaroo. I will not hold this up and say that this is guaranteed MS69. You know why? Because if it comes back graded at a 68, I'm responsible for the difference to that person for what I said, if I was the one that sold it to him.
And that could be a big difference.
Oh God, yeah. It could, like I said, one grading point in the wrong coin could hurt you very bad, and it also hurts your reputation as well.
Yep.
Remember, we're not professional graders. It's our opinions.
Right. So I guess it would depend on your let's say how quick you want to get rid of your coins. Say
yes, because it's going to take you a good month or so to get it professionally graded with the way that the mail service and stuff has been going lately. And it's going to cost you, depending on what the value of the coin is, because the coin grading companies have a good little system too. If you have a very high valued coin and they grade it, they want a percentage of the value.
It's not a flat rate.
No,
they don't do flat rate.
They have. Well, if your coin's worth a certain under a certain value, you have a flat rate. If it goes above that value, then there's a percentage thing that I don't really agree with. That just kind of
that's kind of nasty there.
Yeah. But
that's like going on somebody's gold claim list and come on out, go ahead and dig. When you get done digging, oh, by the way, you owe me 10%.
Well, but here's the thing: it says it in the paperwork, so they're being upfront.
Right.
I could see if you send it in, they go, ha ha, but then again, some people send in stuff trying to act like it's not worth something. And then, NGC or PCGS has to say, hey, wait a second, it's worth way more than what you're saying. But they're not the biggest sticklers either. I've seen some people get charged flat rate stuff on coins that I thought that, they might get hit more. It just really depends on the situation.
That's crazy.
Very complicated.
Yeah, it's it's something that you really have to put a lot of research and energy into to actually to make well, like anything else. I mean, if we want to find our goal, we got to put a lot of research and energy and work into also, to find the little bit of gold we find. So
I will say honestly, this is one of the easy hunting hobbies. It's in the numbers, gentlemen, and Miss Rose. I tell people all the Mrs. I'm sorry.
Get it right.
I'm a newlywed. Sorry.
He's proud of being a Mrs.
But there is it's literally about numbers with coin roll hunting, because the more you look for and the more you look through, the more you're gonna find. And don't get discouraged. Just like you guys will find a spot that sucks. You might go through 3 or 4 boxes before you hit a jackpot. Just like you guys might go to 5 or 6, spots looking for gold before you finally pan something good. So it's patience, and to me, it's one of those things where once you find the good stuff, you get that same rush that you have if you play sports or you're searching for treasure or you're gambling. It's that winner's high, and there's nothing like it.
Gold, they sure is. Find that first piece of gold, wild gold. It's a feeling. Yeah. But I think we're running into a little overtime here, Ed.
Yeah.
Nightbot's time and a half now.
Nightbot's being a little weird.
It is.
Yeah.
We only got 89 likes, though.
Oh well.
Give it
Well,
away.
you said something about 2 dislikes, and we got 4 now, guys.
You got 4 what?
Dislikes.
That's okay. That equals 2 likes.
That's right. That's what. And you said 2 likes, or 2. You said 2 dislikes. So we got double the amount.
I guess I didn't like end of stream giveaway. Because
something changed, because when I was looking, I didn't see any thumbs down. There was 1 for a little while, and then I looked back and I was like, wait, 4? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, 4. And look who's in the house. ERRT Radio, what's up?
About time.
Yeah.
damn,
nice to
you're
finally
way
see you.
late
Oh,
tonight.
Not too bad. What's up, Ottis? I almost said Otis. Ottis, what's up?
Ottis Farris.
Roger
I'll take
James.
for 4 dislikes and 90 likes I see on my end.
Somebody
Right,
took it away. Yeah, somebody took their
and put it
dislike
on the
away and
like.
gave us a like. Yeah.
It's messing with us, huh? It's not gonna wreck my world having 3 dislikes.
Well, they tell you you're doing it right if you got haters.
Word.
Well, I guess we're starting to do something right finally, huh?
I guess.
And guys, I'm sorry, I do carry a little bit of baggage.
Hey,
Those hates might be people that just don't like me, so I'll take credit for that.
We get some hates.
Yeah.
it is what it is.
We have our own baggage, dude. Don't try to take all the credit.
We can put all of our baggage together and have a bigger baggage.
There we go.
Yeah.
That rocks. You guys are awesome. This was fun.
Glad you had a good time.
Yeah. You guys
I
learned
learned a lot.
We got to learn a little bit about coins, a little bit about you. I'm still not into coins, but gotta look a little harder.
Well, we have 18 eligible, 19 eligible, 20 eligible.
Yeah, the chat's still going too. Everybody's still chitting chatting.
21. Get those fingers rocking because you know
Miss
the
Laurel,
game.
no way. Miss Laurel says she's even got haters. Do you believe that?
You, Miss Laurel? I find that hard to believe. A New Yorker like you have haters?
Rose, you're laughing at that joke way too much.
Hey, I'm right there with you, girl. I am right there with you.
You guys seen the movie My Cousin Vinny?
Oh yeah.
I swear every time I hear a New York accent, I remember that movie. It says the 2 Utes.
Yeah.
And the judge is like, 2 what? The 2 Utes.
A good movie too.
With the
Alright,
youths.
the two
Oh,
youths. So 27 eligible users. I'm having a little bit of problem showing it on my preview screen, so Nightbot will tell you who won.
Yeah,
Rose,
go,
get a countdown, sis.
Chat it up, folks.
Going from 3, 2, 1.
Randy, Scotty, Tony.
Alright.
That's good. I don't have to send it far away. He's in Indiana. Randy, Facebook me your address, buddy. I'm sure I have it. I just don't want to look for it. So send it over on Messenger on Facebook. I know we're friends there. So right on, right on. You took us into 20 minutes of overtime, Raven. Thank you. I had a good time. It sounds like Jesse had a better time than he thought he would. He was like,
that's not that. No, I was letting you talk because I was trying to, anyways, because you were more into it than I was. But I had, like I told you, I had questions.
right. I'm just giving you a hard time. If a brother can't
Stop it,
give
I
a
had
brother a
feelings.
hard time.
I had
Well,
feelings, Quit.
My expectations were fully met.
well,
Cool.
thank you.
Mhm.
And if you have more questions, you want to correspond or anything, guys, you got my email there. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. If I don't respond, it means I didn't see your email.
I'm sure yours
So
is
bug you more.
like
Send more
Yeah.
a few of us. Things get buried quick.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If I don't look at my email within a couple days, the only problem is most of it's garbage. So,
Sometimes I try to sit down and go through it and like unsubscribe from everything, and I feel like I'm really getting a handle of
Delete,
things, and then 3 days later it's
It's
can't.
still in the same spot.
Yeah, can't
Yeah.
do anything with it.
Oh, right on, guys. Thank you very much for having me as a guest, guys. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
I'm
for
glad
being
you had
here.
a great time. A good time. It was our pleasure, Raven.
Absolutely. And the chat room thoroughly enjoyed it too. I'm seeing
Yeah.
thank yous from different people for being a great guest. So
Right on.
yeah, awesome.
And
Yeah,
I'll
good
be
time.
getting hold of you, Redneck Stacker. I'm
Same
working on my June guest list now. I do book out about 3 months, 4 months in advance. So, but ask you can ask your friend Raven. I touch base here and there, give a little reminder and confirmation, and
Mhm.
I think he could vouch for us now a little.
Yep. All went pretty smooth in my mind.
I had to write down Silver Pour by his name, otherwise I'll look at this tomorrow and go, "What the hell is that?"
All right,
Um,
everyone. I appreciate all of you joining us for this Tuesday night. You know, it's my favorite night of the week. I'm sure it's my friend's favorite night of the week too. And it's all because of you. Thank you very much, Flash Fam and newcomers to the live stream. Thanks again, Raven. Next week, we have a switch in schedule. Outdoor Influencer and Death of History are rescheduled to the 30th of the month. So Open Line Tuesday is going to be next week. So you could be our guest if we remember to open up the lines, that is. But you can always send your treasure porn to flashinyourpin@gmail.com. And yes, Chrissy, I still have yours in there to show. Send it over here and we'll share it with the community next Tuesday. And I'm sure one of them might remember to remind me to throw in the invite link. So one of you or a few of you could be our guests. Until then, everybody, may you always have a flash in your pan.
You know what he's gonna say next.
That's right, because it does happen. Ask Rod for the Hills. Ask our friend Mrs. Briggs.
Really does happen, guys.
Maybe one day too, we'll meet you on the river. Good night, everybody. God bless. See you on the flip side.
Oh.
Night.
Out of here.
You know.
Night, Art.
Night, Raven.
ERRT Radio. We're getting the Doc and Pig.
Laurel.
John,
Good night.
Spider Ace, and
Night,
Melody.
Nicole. Night, Laura.
Oh,
Good night. Nice
thank
meeting you guys.
everybody. Same here, man.
See you soon.
Thanks for joining us.
Later.
Anytime. We'll do it again someday.
That'd
Yes,
be great.
Spider-8 Prospector, you bet.
If you want to say bye to your friends while we're at it, you're more than welcome, Raven.
All right, sounds good.
Night to meet you. Hey,
Thanks
nice
for
to meet you,
joining
Raven.
us, all of Raven's
You too,
fans.
Rose. Take
JB.
care. Yeah, hit me up, guys, if you have any more questions.
Yeah, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it.
Rose, you're gonna regret it.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go get something to eat. Have a good night.
See
All
ya.
right, you too.